body is tired, but my brain is fun. I'm good. I'm ready.
It's day two of the NMB shoot. The NMB app, they're going to introduce their new app.
Okay, so this is the second day of the NMB shoot. We're about to do the last scene in Domboshava at Fresh in a Box. And I hope you guys will enjoy what we are doing here. Let's go.
Welcome to ZTN Sports Daily on a Friday. This is where you get the latest stories from the world of sport, and we have plenty coming your way. Today on the show, Desert Foxes of Algeria live up to their reputation. Will Zimbabwe turn the tables on Monday? Zimbabwe football selection rot starts at junior level, and now it's difficult to explain Yohan Mutudze's snub at under 20 level. We scour the internet for some weird and wacky sports stories. And will Lewis Hamilton produce his magic at the Istanbul Park circuit given the low grip track? My name is Shamaine Chasweka and you're watching Sports Daily here on ZTN. First up, we talk football. Warriors coach Zdravko Logarusic says Algeria are a strong side and they did their best in the 3-1 loss last night. Zimbabwe will be hoping to turn the tables when they face the same opponent in the reverse, a fixture of the AFCON qualifier on Monday. Logarusic spoke to Star FM's reporter Simba Chiminya.
Why things should pressure? I'm not magician. You know, I think against this team, Algeria team, you have players from Milan, from Galatasaray, from Manchester City, from this, and all of them are playing. We played. With our key players, mostly of them are not playing or playing a bit lower than before. And I think we did well. Of course, result maybe is a bit too big, but the point is we didn't disappoint. I think we didn't disappoint. The result is this or that. But what if he scored first goal, first two chances?
Now, Jordan Zamora, who was played in midfield, believes they did their best against Manchester star Riyad Mahrez.
Respect where respect is due. When you know the player of his standard is playing, then you defend, but you don't think too much because, yes, he's playing, but so what? We are playing as well, so it doesn't matter if he's playing there. I felt like we defended well. Of course, his goal was it's exceptional. It was a good skill, good talent to score. But even the goal he assisted, like we could have defended it a little bit better. But other than that, I guess it was enough for them to win the game. But other than that, there wasn't that many chances where like he ran the show. I felt we defended well.
Still in football, striker Tino Kadewere scored the goal in that 3-1 loss. The Lyon striker talks about what they should do in the reverse fixture on Monday.
If you don't press, they have so much space to play. But if we go up as a team, if we press together, then it's either they play back to the goalkeeper, and when they play back to the goalkeeper, they're forced to kick a long ball. And when the ball is in the air, it's everyone's ball. So I think it's the best way if we go back to Zimbabwe and the game on Monday, if we can produce what we produced in the second half by starting off with high press and making sure that when we press together as a team.
Right back, Tendai Darikwa says they defended too much in the first half.
100%. I think a team of Algeria, if we let them play and pass the ball, it's going to be too easy for them. I think the first half we sat back too much, and it was a very comfortable first half for them. But looking back now, we hopefully will learn from this and step higher up the pitch and cause them problems from the very first minute on Monday.
Now we take a look at netball. We have heard of stories where kids tell their parents that they will be future sports stars. American basketball player James Harden is one example. Zimbabwean netball captain Felicitas Kwangwa is another. Kwangwa is now Surrey, England, playing professional netball. ZTN spoke to her father Simeon.
I could see kuti mwana uyu une potential yokuita something because she's a person where I know she has got self-trust in her. Lokuti she never doubts herself. Kubva ari mudiki grade 4 akabva atanga she's a runner. Anomhanya sterek. Achiita athletics. I could see kuti mwana uyu there is something in her. Now with the time zvakabva zvamanifesta, and she used to tell me kuti daddy, I want kuti one of the days ndive a person anorepresenta Zimbabwe. But ndichizitarisa handina kuda kuzvidhauta, but ndangoti semwana ane hope, let's pray kuti one day zvichaita.
Moving on to Formula 1, Max Verstappen led a Red Bull 1-2 in the first practice session at the Turkish Grand Prix on a low-grip track today. The Istanbul Park circuit is holding its first race since 2011. Verstappen's teammate Alexander Albon was second. Now Mercedes Lewis Hamilton was 15th and teammate Valtteri Bottas 9th. Now, will Hamilton show his magic on race day? Just something definitely to look forward to this coming weekend. Now, when we come back, we'll be giving you the trending and exciting sports stories from the internet.
For everybody back home, it's just, stay safe, stay 6 feet apart, wash hands, do the regulars, everything that everyone's saying. And, just take it day by day. We're going to make it through. We've been through a whole lot worse as a country. And we're just always strong. We've always been strong people, so we won't make it out of this one, just as we've made it out of a whole lot of other situations that we've been through. Everybody just stay positive and let's just keep the energy up.
You're watching Sports Daily here on ZTN. Now to start off our weird and wacky sports stories. Clowns are for kids at parties, but this one is skillful. And that's one joker with some skill right there. Now, if we are to sum up 2020 through a sport activity, then this right here is the right way to do it. Yes, definitely how it started and sort of ended. Now people run laps and so do turkeys. Well, definitely those birds are just fascinated by something and we just don't know what it is. Now, winning mentally is always needed everywhere we are, but is it everywhere? She's winning on crime scenes. I mean, what a spirit. Do you see those faces? Remember, guys, you can follow us on our various social media platforms. We are on Twitter as ZTN News as well as at ZTN Sport. You can also find us on our Facebook page, Zimpapers TV Network, ZTN on YouTube, and you can also find us on our website, which is ztn.co.zw.
You're watching the Stars Corner right here on Sports Daily. Thank you very much for joining us. This segment proudly brought to you by Remington Gold, the proud sponsors of Dynamos Football Club. My name is Howard Msonza. So who do we have this week on the Stars Corner from Dynamos Football Club? Yeah, I'll give you time to guess while I talk about, we still have the replicas to give away, and this one can be yours. It's written Rauya Gang at the back, and it's got the sponsors logo and front and the Dynamos logo as well. This one can be yours if you answer a simple question that our guest today is going to ask you. Who are we talking to today? We've got one Mtudza, joined Dynamos this year from Herenchos Football Club. Why did you join Dynamos?
I joined Dynamos to achieve a certain goal. The certain goal was that I was playing at Herenchos Football Club. Then I had an opportunity to be on team due to Chan, but I couldn't play because the team that I was playing, they would say it's a small team, okay. So you can't give an opportunity to play for national team.
When you're
playing, from a small team.
So Dynamos is a big team here.
Yeah, Dynamos is no one's on Batsira. We did it. Okay, my coach.
Okay.
Coach Tonte.
All right. I know Tirumarain, we support different teams. Where I support and Depi?
I don't support Dynamos.
Oh, I support Dynamos.
Yeah, Dynamos about that. I used to call myself Devon Shafa, DTD. I like him so much. Yeah, so I Dynamos about that. Up to now.
So now supporters will ask you a question. How old are you? You were supporting Devon Chafa, which is Didi. And you played against him?
Yeah. I think last year I played against Devon Chafa when he was in Platinum. So I was maybe grade 7.
All right.
Grade 7, yeah. Primary level. When I did.
When you joined Dynamos, it was not only you. There are a couple of players that also came from different, other teams. How is the competition though? Because you are coming in and you're seeing, a different culture, different set of players. What do you think the competition will be like?
Yeah, it's going to be tough. To play at Dynamos, there's a lot of good players in Dynamos. So, yeah, to claim my J's, I have to work hard. I have to put extra effort so that I can play. But mborango fanana. Ndengo iteko kwa ndengo tambe kwa ndo ndungwete. Because ndo yako nokuzotamba.
Uri Dynamo Sikoko, you've been together. I remember there was a time Yamukamboenda for bonding as a team, and yes, Njakazo Distebeka here and there, but you are together. When you joined, who is the most talkative? Good team. Some team.
The most talkative is God knows Murira.
And Taurisa.
Yeah, the Popeye with the team. It's very fun. And Taurisa, but it's very good.
Do you think Utimangma teams are monogona kungo rovers when you and monogona win a championship?
Yeah, I think we're right. Yeah, we can compete. Not good, we can do anything greater than competing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but kana time yokuina yasvika inongosvika. Yeah.
And kana time yekupinda national team proper
unotongopinda. But there was the time pandaitamba kuRent House. Like ndetskaenda kana under 20. Saka ndine some other guys vanifarira kuti pampacho kana usingaendi chichi unofanira kuita fana ngotiza uenda wega unombonotrywawo but ndaingovaudza kuti time yangu ichakwana.
Wenda usingongopindira national guys ndauya.
Ndatiuyawo.
Hamuna kundishedza but ndauya. So I want you to ask a question. Andiri kuona jezi rakafanikira wakapfeka. Pane mumwe munhu ari kutoda kutosmailiwa nelake. Question yawinayo ndeipi for the fans out there because tofana kuti tipeka jezi.
Okay. My question is, who is Dynamo's vice captain?
Yeah, who is?
My question is, who is Dynamo's vice captain?
Yeah, who is Dynamo's vice captain? That's one Mutudza's question. Who is Dynamo's vice? You know Mzee?
Yeah.
Thanks so much for coming through.
Thank you.
Hopefully, whatever you want to achieve with Dynamos, and probably so you've got personal goals like you highlighted, they are going to come true because you have joined the biggest team in the country, Dynamos.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
So Juan Mutudza, he recently joined Dynamos at the beginning of 2020 season from Rangers, and he's now part of the squad. And he was our star today on the Stars Corner, brought to you by Remington Gold, the proud sponsors of Dynamo Football Club.
Our Stars Corner, and that's it. That's all we had for you on Sports Daily today. We are back again on Monday with another rundown of what's happening in the sporting world. I'm Shamin Chasweka. Thank you for watching and do have a great weekend.
About car fanatics in Zimbabwe, Chinimbi was one of the names that would always pop up. The bigger-than-life figure was well known for his car collection, which comprised top-of-the-range beasts of the road. With a carpool that boasted of a slick Lamborghini Aventador, Rolls-Royce Wraith, a couple of Range Rovers, Mercedes-Benz G63, Bentley Bentayga, and a Ferrari 488 Spider, to name just a few. It was clear for all to see that the guy was a petrol-head.
Yeah, we're here with your boy, my guy Chinimbi, standing by his prized possession, man. Dude, I must say, this just takes your breath away. An awesome vehicle. Tell me. You know the question that's on everyone's mind. Do you use this to get the honeys?
No, why do you have to use the car to get the honeys? I bought this car that it can help me to go from point A to point B.
Okay, I'll take that.
I didn't buy this car so that I can take girls from point A to point B. This is a car that I use for my business meetings.
Yeah, man.
When I think, we're about to go and sign a multi-million-dollar deal.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's when you can see genius driving in a Wraith,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But tell me, for you, what does it in the Rolls Royce? What makes your heart beat about this vehicle?
My guy, I don't know. If I'm to take you for a drive, this car, the drive is so smooth, right? I don't know what example I can give you.
Just gives you
the
the
only
feel of class.
Yes, the only example that I can give you is next time you must be in a Rolls Royce, because if I give you an example, I must give you an example for something that you have been before. And I doubt if you have been in a Rolls Royce before. So after this, maybe I can take you for a drive or something.
No, absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Tell me now, your maintenance. Do you have to Have you got a mechanic that comes down, an agent that comes down from Rolls-Royce?
This guy's a brand new car, my guy. It doesn't, maybe in terms of service, I take it back to Joburg.
Okay.
I'm on a carrier. It goes back to Joburg. It's under motor plan. I drive this car up to 100,000 Ks. It has a backup plan. I don't even pay anything. This car was too expensive. So the Rolls-Royce company, they, service this car for the next 5 years without me paying anything.
Wow. So they've got the customer at heart, basically.
Exactly.
You are the top customer when you...
I think when I bought this car a year or so ago, I was the youngest guy in Africa to own a Rolls-Royce.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
According to their records.
Yes.
Yes, I was the youngest to own a brand new Rolls-Royce.
While Range Rovers are a prominent feature in Harare, chances of bumping into the SVR version are slim. But this noisy head-turner was at the bottom of the pile on Janimbi's list. It was the ride he used for his daily errands.
As ever, Nate managed to pick up the bling part of the deal. He got the Rolls-Royce to do a little presentation on. But I tell you what, a Range Rover like this, the SVR, is certainly very close to my heart. Genius, in my tours representing Zimbabwe, I've met a lot of extremely wealthy businessmen across Africa, the Arabs and that, who've got a wonderful collection of cars. But I've got to say, nothing quite like what I've seen here in the Harare area today. Absolutely brilliant. Your Rolls-Royce is incredible, but now let's talk about your daily. As the average person would say, as Nate was saying, your daily, go get the paper, go get the milk and bread and so on. The Range Rover SVR takes you into town, to your business appointments and so on. Give us a quick thought about this, your take on it. Is it a special edition?
This is a special edition.
Is it?
Right? Like what I said earlier, this car, if you go to any dealership right now, you can get a normal Range Rover, yes, but not an SVR.
Yes.
Right? And in terms of the price, this car will be more expensive,
yeah, than
the normal Range Rover.
Yeah.
Even in terms of speed, this car is too fast.
The folks out there are going to ask us that question.
Yes.
What would you estimate on a freeway in a legal controlled area? What do you think the top end on a vehicle like this would be?
I can drive up to 320.
320?
Yeah. And you can reach 200 within a few seconds.
That's amazing.
Yes.
That's amazing.
You see, I bought too many cars, but this car is the car it's the latest car that I bought a month ago.
Yes.
I think it's 3 weeks
Only a month
old.
old.
It's 3 weeks old. 3 weeks old. So
Yeah.
I use it on daily basis, whether I feel like I want to go buy airtime,
Like a
whether
new
I
baby.
feel like
Yeah.
I want to go buy bread or
Yeah.
newspaper.
You take
or
the
anything.
SVR.
Yeah, that's the car that I drive.
And the SVR now, could we liken that to maybe the AMG of the Mercedes series?
Exactly, exactly.
The really ultra sport.
Exactly.
Practical, but super sport.
Exactly.
It suits the man, I do think. It's a wonderful car. I can see you love it to pieces. Maybe one day we'll get you out to Donnybrook and we'll give you a few laps there. And you
Why
can do,
not? I'm a phone call away, I'm a
Absolutely.
phone call away. Anytime you call me, I'll come running. No worries.
Great stuff. And
Yes.
this is a supercharged V8, correct?
Yes, V8.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It is unfortunate that his love for horsepower is the reason why he is no more, with the energetic socialite meeting his maker behind the wheel of his favorite car, the Rolls-Royce. May his soul rest in peace. Rest easy, Buru.
Yo, 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 yo. It's your boy Jinimbi, a.k.a. my guy, Buru. Thank you for watching Rev Talk on ZTN. Fire.
Good afternoon, welcome to ZTN News. NUST conducts DNA tests for Moana and 2 others. Mlawayo records 3,000 diarrhea cases since May. Ace Magashule released on 200,000 Rand bail. And in sport, Zim coach explains striker's dilemma. The National University of Science and Technology has been contracted by government to carry out DNA tests to identify the 3 people who died in a car accident together with businessman and socialite Genius Katungure. The 3 who were burnt beyond recognition are believed to be fitness trainer Michelle Moana Amuli, Alicia Adams, a model from Mozambique, and Limumba Karim from Malawi. Director of the Applied Genetic Testing Center at NUST, Zephaniah Dlamini, said results will be out after 2 weeks.
We are right now in the process of working on those samples for the 3 bodies that were banned beyond recognition. We also, while we were in Harare, we collected reference samples from relatives, hopefully during the weekend. If all goes according to plan, then we should be able to give a report as soon as possible. But usually we work with a turnaround time of 2 weeks. So, but we'll do our level best to complete the process ahead of that time limit.
About 3,000 people have contracted diarrhea in Zimbabwe's second largest city, Bulawayo, since May this year. The cases were recorded in Luveve, Magwegwe and Mzilikazi suburbs. According to a report released by the Ministry of Health and Childcare, the outbreak is a result of acute water shortages being experienced in the city. Director of Epidemiology and Disease Control in the Ministry of Health and Childcare, Dr. Portia Manangazira, says the situation will not recede until the water challenge is addressed.
The water supply is really critical. There is water starvation across the city, even though they've released a bit more water to the suburbs. And when we were there, we saw the trucks, the Bulawayo City Council trucks are giving residents water, but it still remains inadequate. I think the long and short of it is really to have a grand plan that will avail water to all the residents of Bulawayo.
It is not an all froth but no beer affair for Delta Corporation. The company's financials for the 6 months ending 30 September 2020 show an 11% increase in revenue as well as a 15% increase in operating income, among other positive indicators. In his letter to shareholders, Delta Chairman Kainan Dube noted that the use of foreign currency for domestic transactions and the introduction of the foreign currency auction system stabilized both inflation and the exchange rate. Turning to trading performance, Dube disclosed that lager beer volumes edged up 3% compared to the same period last year. However, sorghum beer consumption declined by 13%, with the company attributing this development to limited access to key trade channels such as bars, bottle stores and rural markets during the COVID-19 induced lockdown. Meanwhile, Delta has declared an interim dividend of 45 Zimbabwean cents per share. Moving on, suspended Zimbabwe Miners Federation boss Henrietta Rushwaya has been denied bail. Harare Regional Magistrate Ngoni Nduna ruled that Rushwaya has potential to abscond and interfere with evidence if granted bail. 3 of her accomplices, Stephen Serai, Refios Mufandawia and Gift Karanda, were also denied bail. Her other co-accused, Ali Mohammed, was granted $100,000 bail. Rushwaya is facing charges of smuggling, bribery and possession of gold without a license. Her lawyer, Tapson Jetero, speaks.
The magistrate has intimated that he is likely to have connections outside the country, so he may likely abscond using those connections. We are appealing against the decision. My instructions are to not an appeal immediately against that decision. So we are appealing to the High Court. We are challenging the correctness of that decision to the High Court.
Rain starting to fall across the country and preparations for the summer cropping season intensifying, farmers in Zimbabwe find themselves at the risk of falling prey to unscrupulous merchants who sell counterfeit seed. The Zimbabwe Republic Police has since launched an operation targeting these traders. Between 2011 and 2019, police recovered 465 tons of counterfeit seed maize. 265 people were arrested and 73 were convicted in the same period for contravening the Seed Act. National Police spokesperson, Assistant Commissioner Paul Nyati, speaks.
We've noted with concern the proliferation of fake and counterfeit seed maize which is being sold to unsuspecting farmers through informal markets. So in this regard, the Zimbabwe Republic Police has partnered with the SEEDCO to ensure that provisions of the Seed Act, Chapter 19.13 are enforced.
Moving on, Secretary General for South Africa's ruling party, the African National Congress, Ace Magashule, was granted bail of 200,000 rand by the Bloemfontein Magistrates Court this morning. He is facing charges of corruption, fraud and money laundering. The charges are related to the controversial 255 million rand Free State asbestos roofing removal project while he was premier of the province. Magashule was implicated in the deal and his former personal assistant faced questions at the Zondo inquiry over requests for payments she made on his behalf. Now let's take a look at sports news. Warriors coach Zdravko Logarusic has admitted he had a dilemma selecting his strikers in the AFCON qualifier against Algeria last night. However, he justified his selection in Zimbabwe's 3-1 loss at the 5 July Stadium.
Tino is there with 15 million, and is working there. We have Musonia who can play there and there, am I right? You have Kama who is also working hard, and then Prince has to wait for his chance, and his chance will come. And then you have Moyo, Tell me now, from those 5 players, if you want to be realistic, each of them are playing in bigger league, each of them are more in the process. We are not saying, but you couldn't be 5 players in the same time,
And finally, Max Verstappen led a Red Bull 1-2 in the first practice session at the Turkish Grand Prix on a low-grip track today. The Istanbul Park circuit is holding its first race since 2011. Verstappen's teammate Alexander Albon was second. Mercedes' Lewis Hamilton was 15th and teammate Valtteri Bottas 9th. That's all we had for you this afternoon. Thank you for watching.